Alright guys, ladies and gents, how are you today? This is Aluminum Tarot. We're going to get started with what are we doing today? Water sign readings. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We'll be reading for you all in the love department. So this is for the ooey gooeys, the people who love to love. We're going to go ahead and read for your sun, moon, and ascendant for April 2024, the person that's basically in your energy the most, and we'll find out the inevitable conclusion as what's told in the cards. So if you like this channel, and if you like what you see here, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to ding the notification bell so that you can receive all the latest updates as always. And please be sure to avoid any scammers as well floating about on the internet, stealing other people's jobs. And furthermore, if you would like a personal reading, please be sure to reach out at the information in the description box below and also on the main page of this YouTube channel, and we'll go ahead and hook you up. So that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 2024 in the love department. Anyways, let's get started. What's going on? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising in love. What messages need to come out for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 2024. Give one more good shuffle. Right. Okay. Start with the basics. Mutual shared energy between Cancer and their person. Cancer's thoughts. Okay. Cancer's person's thoughts. All right. Cancer's feelings. Cancer's feelings. Cancer's person's feelings. Okay, take him out. All right. Cancer's outward actions. Clarify. And Cancer's person's outward actions. That's a lot of cards. 1 second. I guess we'll take them. And the ultimate conclusion for April 2024. Clarify. All right, so bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and get into this. So there's clear reconciliation energy between the two of you, and I think that one of the things that you are trying to do, or one of the things your person is trying to do, is to come back together because they want to come out of the cold, as indicated here with the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles obviously in the reverse, indicating coming out of this situation of feeling left out. And additionally, this person has a lot of love for you and wants to move everything forward. So that's the initial message that I'm receiving from the bottom of the deck. But we're going to go ahead and clarify this King of Cups reverse. What's going on with King of Cups reverse? Okay. A lot of major arcana energy going on here. So there's a kind of like a divine intervention taking place here. And what the both of you are doing mutually is trying to close off and remain closed off from the feelings that you have towards each other, and then take control of your own lives. But I'm getting some additional energy in this mutually shared energy. Please clarify once again. Yeah, it's just really, really remaining silent about this, feeling like it's time to give up. And for the both of you, what I get from the energies in here, because you have two major arcana in this shared energy, so there's this powerful, there's a powerful bind between the two of you. I'm getting almost like soulmate energy, even though there is no lover's card or devil card or, you know, judgment card of any of that nature. But what I see, based on the energies that we have here available, is that the both of you are both remaining silent. You are choosing to keep yourself emotionally closed off. Maybe one of you could be, you know, potentially emotionally manipulative. I hope that's not the case. But that said, there is potentially also trying, and this is what I get from the cards, trying to learn the valuable lesson from what you have attained from this particular, you know, disconnect from the person that you're dealing with. Now on your side, you have a lot of wand energy, so there's a lot of passion, potentially sexual passion towards the person in question. But a lot of this passion has been turned upside down. So you have this Six of Wands reversed and the Three of Wands reversed. Six of Wands is actually the way you're thinking about this situation. You feel that it's a complete failure and you're not receiving the attention that you want from it. Why the Six of Wands reversed? Ten of Wands. So 6 and 10 equals 16. That's 7 of Wands. This is a person who feels pushed out from the relationship. So I'm going to assume that on your end, being the Cancer of this side, the left column, you were the one that was pushed out of the relationship, and now you're feeling left out in the cold. That was that Five of Pentacles that I saw in the previous part underneath the deck. Now, what this indicates to me also is that potentially the burden of being cut off from this particular person that you have been dealing with has left you with a lot of heavy mental energy that you have been carrying throughout the years. Whether this is a past lover or this is a most recent love, I'm getting that the feelings have lingered on. But I don't see on your side anything other than the Page of Cups in all of the left column. So it indicates a person to me who is rather immature in their expression of romance and love, or just wants to offer just a little bit, but actually has a lot more sexual energy attached to their person that they're dealing with. Whereas the person on the right side, they have a lot of fire, wands, and earth. So it's almost nearly balanced, but there's a lot of energies in the reverse as well. So we'll get into that a bit later on. For your person, they have the Knight of Cups. Why do they have the Knight of Cups? Right. So your person is, I've got both the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords. That was completely in order. When we have that order, it's a definite procession moving from one energy to the next. And what that allows for the person to do is to complete this cycle. And so when you're making that procession through the different elements or through the major arcana, it allows for the person to level up or to move beyond the most recent stagnant energy. So if you're moving from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, this is what's clarifying the Knight of Cups reversed. I get a person who was initially stuck in their head after separating or after dealing with this energy or this relationship, and now they're doing everything they can to extricate themselves from that. I've seen that come out quite a bit in a lot of the other readings. So if you have any air in your chart or earth in your chart, please be sure to check the Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn readings, depending on what you have in your big three, Sun, Moon, and Rising. However, what we're going to say here is that I'm assuming that the person on the right of this column, on the right of this reading, is the one that is pulling away. And it is also the one that is refusing to deal more with this, more with the dynamics of this relationship. So on their end, their mind is like, it's probably a bad idea to give to this, and this has caused me a lot of mental anguish and a lot of heartache. So I'm just going to pull away from this. And often when you have Nine of Swords reverse and then the Eight of Swords, that would be like an Ace of Swords left over. That's typically like the clarity that they received when they were overthinking the disconnect between you and themselves. So moving right along, we have in the feelings of yourself, the Cancer. You have the Three of Wands reverse, but I'm going to see exactly why. Why the Three of Wands reversed? There we go. Exactly. So you have the Five of Cups reverse, and you also have the Devil. YouTube guidelines: no boobies or private parts, because I don't want to get demonetized or shoved down the memory hole. That said, we're going to look at some of this. We see the Three of Wands reverse clarified by the Five of Cups. So in the Five of Cups, we have a person in a cloak mourning the Three of Cups, which is the chance of reconciliation, or the chance of joy and fulfillment, contentment with the people around them. But all they have to do is turn around and look at the Two of Cups behind them, which is the reconnect with the emotional energies, and then moving across the bridge with water flowing under it, with the expression water under the bridge, forgive and forget, and then moving into the castle indicated in the background. So hopefully I'm holding that in range, but there it is. So with that said, I'm getting that there's a person who does not see a happy ending to this relationship. They don't expect for their person to come back around and to reconcile with them, which is one of the key energies that I think that they were hoping for in the past. And it's quite unfortunate, because it does seem like whilst there is a emotional disconnect, there's a lot of passion between the two of the people, more so on the Cancer side than the other person's side, because there's more swords energy on the Cancer's person side. That said, moving on to the feelings of the person here, we have the Ace of Wands and then the Queen of Pentacles reverse. What I see here, it could be a person who is anxious for a new start. It could be a person who really wants to hook up, but I don't see it feeling stable. It's like, even though they know that they want a new beginning with the Cancer, they don't think it's going to be a stable outcome. And that's telling of what's being presented in the cards. Because if we see why the Queen of Pentacles reverse, yeah, the person is trying to make a head over heart decision, and this is almost similar to the Queen of Swords energy, but since the Queen of Swords is not here in the reading, King of Swords definitely represents a similar energy, where they're thinking strategically, logically, and being a mastermind of their intellect. When they approach this relationship or this union, they see themselves as saying, okay, although I want a new start, I recognize that there are unstable elements between the two of us which cannot proceed or allow the relationship to flourish. And for that reason, I am cutting myself off. Which is an unfortunate thing, when two people love each other, it should just be an easy thing for them to come together. You shouldn't have to overthink or overanalyze, or to wonder what the other person is doing, or play games where both people are holding back because they're too afraid, and allowing the fear to take hold. And that's kind of what I saw in the Devil energy over there. When I saw the Five of Cups come out on your side, and then that was coupled with the Devil, there's an element of you that realizes that this is a toxic union. And when we see in the devil card, excuse me, what we see in the devil card is two people loosely bound to the black box of Saturn with the devil on top of it. And normally the devil is just kind of pointing. He's holding the torch next to the people and saying, hey, maybe you should take a look at this, because perhaps, there are some shortcomings that these two people have, and they choose to stay in a union, unlike with the Lover's card, which is the positive, version of that same card. The daylight side of that, as opposed to the night side, which is the devil. In the Lover's card, the people choose to be together in the union with the blessings of the angel above them. But the devil, it's the black box of Saturn with the devil sat illuminating where the people are becoming corrupted in an instance. One person, their tail is becoming like a fiery kind of beacon next to the torch, and then the other one is growing into fruit, which is kind of more of a sensual, kind of being ruled by your passions type thing. So that said, I think that the person on the right is recognizing how that is affecting their particular stability, and they realize that it's probably best not to have that start. Now, looking towards the outward actions that each person is taking, this is where it gets a bit confusing. The person on the left, the Cancer, is adamant about a new start and a new beginning. And the problem with that is the person on the right is not seeking that. The person on the right is feeling defeated, and it's difficult for them to move on. They want to give a little bit to it, but they don't want to give a lot. They may have realized they were burnt or hurt in the past, and so it's more important for them to give just a little bit to at least see where the situation will go. So the Cancer seems like they're all in. The other person is a bit more reticent and less likely to give their full energy to the relationship. Now, it's almost like there's conflicting energy, because again, we have another procession of cards, and it's Swords energy. In the recent part, we had the 8 of Swords to the 9 of Swords reversed. And this one, we have the 5 of Swords to the 6 of Swords reversed. So I'm getting the impression that initially the person felt like they had the upper hand, but it was very difficult for them to move on after they did the deed. So if, for example, they said, okay, I'm cutting this off, and it's like, oh, okay. Either they feel defeated, I'm tired of this, I'm just going to pack up my swords and go, and then they walk away. Or they were the person holding 3 swords here, feeling that they had the upper hand against you. Now it seems like it's proceeding into a 6 of Swords energy, but in the reverse, it makes the journey a lot more difficult. And additionally, it makes it, how can I say? It's really hard for them to move on. So if it makes it very hard for them to move on from the relationship, it seems almost like they're open to a reconciliation, but they're just going to kind of see what you're going to do in order to know where to give their energies next. Because I think the last thing this person wants to do is to re-enter a toxic union and to sabotage themselves further down the road. So they're thinking logically. However, there is still the inkling of a reconciliation, despite not a full-out action to take a reconciliation. So I would say on this, you would be the one that needs to come forward and see where this is going to go. I'm going to pull some additional cards here, because in the outcome, what we have here is the Justice and the Hangman reverse. The Justice is normally associated with karma, and Justice is holding the scales, which weighs the pros and cons of an instance or of a situation, a person's past life deeds or things of that nature. And then there's the Sword, which cuts forward and illuminates the truth of a situation. There's also the crown on the person's head, representing their authority, as well as their connection to the higher power, which is the seat, throne on the top of the person's head, connected to the crown chakra. This with the Hangman, though, reversed. I need to pull some additional cards because that's the part that I'm feeling. There's so many people riding the motorcycles out. I would love to go. I would love to go. Okay. Got to stay focused for this reading. Okay. All right. Now, Hangman, reverse. Okay, there we go. Now, clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Right, there's definite reconciliation energy here, because what I think is that in the end, the two of you are going to try to reconcile, to come out of this unstuck energy and to heal the heartache that is here and try to reform this union. Now, if I had to ask who this person is that you are dealing with, if you're the Cancer on this side, I would say that in your chart you have a lot of fire. There's a little bit of water. So fire and water on the left side for the Cancer. On this side, we have a lot of air and earth. Air and earth and everything. So that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we have the Justice here, which is the Libra. If we look at just the major arcana, we have the Libra sign here for Justice. And then we have the High Priestess, which is Cancer. And then we have the Emperor, which is Aries. So Aries, Cancer, no, sorry, Pisces. Sorry, let's look at Pisces. Some people actually do look at it as Cancer in some cases, because you have the moon here, which I look at as the triple goddess, but I mean, we'll say Pisces just for the record books. And then Libra. So overall, we can look at some Kipper cards and see what other messages we can come through with this, and then pull a card or two of advice. So what can Kipper tell us about the situation? So we have a court person in reverse and military person. Now, I do remember someone got the military person. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Libra. Yeah, I think it was Libra. And seeing as the Justice has come out, then that's the Libra card. And additionally, with the court person in reverse, there's almost like a stoic mindset that is needed after a specific ruling has taken place. So if you've gone through a divorce, it's something that you may want to pay attention to, because Libra is also the court system, the justice itself. So I'm getting the impression this person came through a divorce or some kind of legal settlement, which has then turned them very hard and rigid in the process, because they have had to be very regimented, disciplined, and to an extent cut off emotionally, despite not necessarily wanting to do so. When we deal with a military person, we also look at the King of Swords, which is also a person who is connected to the military, being the mastermind of the intellect and strategy. So you have the court person reflected in the Justice. We have the military person connected to the Libra. Connected to the King of Swords, which is also an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini card. So we have two air signs of people with air qualities in their chart who have been vying for this relationship and are trying to bring it out of a stalemate. So from my observation, I would say that you are trying to work your way into a more agreeable position, even if it's not necessarily a full-out reconciliation. But I do see a reconciliation attempt. Now we'll pull some cards of advice and close from here. Cards of advice. Okay, so there is hope. There's the Aquarius sign, so this is, again, another air sign. Additionally, we have the Two of... Okay. We have the Two of Cups. That's your first card of advice. Two of Cups is to unite with your head and heart, or to form a mutual energy and a mutual tie between the two people. or faced with a choice. If you want this to be a successful reconciliation, you're going to have to get on the same page. And that's precisely what I'm getting from the Two of Cups card. You have the man and the woman in here. They are both holding their cups and exchanging them underneath the sign of the cherubim figure here, which is indicating a happy, healthy exchange of energies, mutual energies, represented by the caduceus, if I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I haven't. But also we have the Six of Cups reverse, which is normally in the upright, it's thinking positively about past energies, almost being in a nostalgic sense. In this, it's in the advice position. What I would always say, this brings up my Oasis card, don't look back in anger. In order for this to work, you're going to have to reconcile past difficulties that you have faced, which have left you feeling in a bitter mood. If the reconciliation will succeed, you have to let go of the past to make way for the future. And it has to be done mutually, Two of Cups, on both sides in order for this to take place. And that is going to be a strictly important thing for you to do. So that is really all I can say. Again, bottom of the deck, there is hope, but there is also fear at the bottom of the deck too. Now, it's going to be up to the two of you to see exactly, oh, wow, I'm getting all these messages at the bottom of the deck. So we have, so I got the star. Sorry, I have to cover it up. It's a little naked girl, animated naked woman. And then the moon. So there's hope and fear. That's normally the 11th position, or the 9th position on the Celtic cross. And then there's more naked people. Good Lord, those 15th century people are so lewd. Or 18th century, whenever, when the deck was designed. Then we have the Lovers, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's a choice for you to give to this and to give it lasting value. But it's really going to be up to you and your person to make this happen. You're going to need to reach out first and just test the waters and see how this is going to go, and then see how your person reacts. If they react in a closed off manner, recognize you've done everything that you could do, and then it's time to move on. If the person does decide to feed to it a little bit, then you can talk about this in a mature and logical manner, which allows the two of you to come to an agreement on things that went wrong in the past, how you can reconcile them, and then how you choose to move forward in the future. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about it today. This has once again been Aluminum Tarot. I really appreciate your time and energy joining for this love reading for April 2024 for the sign of Cancer. If you like what you see on this podcast or this YouTube channel, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the future updates. I'm going to keep the content coming, and I'm going to stay on it. I'm going to stay on it. But I did need to take that sabbatical so that I could get my life sorted out and try to deal with some of the pressing issues that I was faced with at this time. But I am keeping on this channel to bring you the content the best way I can. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading, again, feel free to reach out at the information in the description box below. And feel free also to look in the main content for this YouTube channel so that you can get the full details as to how to book that personal reading. I will then start to include that in the description box information so that way I can get everything sorted out again. But it was a lovely reading for you. I wish you the best of luck if you do decide to reconcile with the past differences and to attract your person back into your life. That is really up to you, and it has to be mutually felt. Use your best judgment and discernment when you do so. But thanks so much. Take care and love and light. Bye now.